The cover 3 shell is the most used defense in Madden 24, especially with KOs everywhere. A lot of players feel very comfortable sitting in this defense and making you matriculate your way up the field. That is, unless you have some can openers. So today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a couple of one-play touchdowns. We're going to be taking a journey into the tray open offset formation, and I'm going to show you guys how to set this up with just one slot apprentice. That is all you need. Honestly, the second setup doesn't require any hot route master type setup at all. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. This is also going to be great regardless of whether or not they have their zone drop set on or off or match on or off. The first one that we're going to break down is going to be our hot route master setup. And as I mentioned, we are going to use a slot apprentice or the hot route master for the middle receiver. Now, when you're dealing with a cover 3 shell, this is kind of the setup that I prefer. We're going to have a seam to Bo Jackson. He's going to be running off the deep middle third. Our middle receiver on the trip side is running a deep crosser from the wide side to the short side of the field. Speaking of the short side of the field, Michael Irvin, our split end on the left side, is going to be running a comeback route. This is the ultimate pull down route in Madden against an outside third. So if we go ahead and snap this ball, we're going to let the pass rush chill here. I want you to see how A runs off the safety, the comeback route pulls down the outside third, and then we just need a regular up pass lead and a juke move, and we're basically out for a one-play score. This is something that is so simple. You can run this out of really any type of trips look. Let me go ahead and show you guys another way to cook this up if you don't have tray open offset in your playbook. Let's say you have just a generic trip style formation. For the purpose of this will suffice. We'll run maybe a little tray Y flex. Maybe you imagine a trips tight end style offense for you. If you're in maybe a Philly book, the trips offset. Again, you're just going to get yourself a open kind of look to it. You're going to motion your tight end out, put him on a comeback route. X on a streak, Y on the crossing route, B on whatever you want. I like the running back underneath just to give something to hold the user. And again, if they're in any type of cover 3, comeback route to Bo Jackson on the left, pulls down, crossing route, gets over the top, freeform it, rack it, and you're basically out. Easy pickups. I go to this probably once a game against players. They're very rarely ready for it. A lot of times the thing you'll notice them do is user the middle of the field and then they're on the crosser and then they drop it off because they think that they got help on that far sideline, and then they come down to lurk in the middle of the field, and lo and behold, they actually give up a one-play touchdown when they were using it for the first like 3 seconds of the play. I can't tell you how many times I've hit that for a one-play score. Now, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see here as we head into the spring months and the early summer here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. I always want to bring you guys what you guys are looking for, so chime in below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Now, one of the best elements of any offense is the ability to bomb both sides of the field and not be solely reliant on hash mark dependency. Meaning in that last example, we were calling a setup with our solo receiver to the short side of the field. Well, you guys are going to need something that also can attack the same coverage if you want to line up your trips to the short side of the field and your solo receiver to the wide side of the field. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at this play known as curls dig. And the route in particular that we're going to be looking at is actually going to once again be the middle receiver. So now we've got our trips here on the short side of the field. What we're going to do is we're going to motion across this little seam route. Now notice that this seam route kind of had an inside release to it, but now because we motion, it gets a little bit of an outside release. But the first 7 yards of this route is kind of an inside break before it hits that fade component of the route. What we're going to do is we are going to put a comeback route to the far outside left, and we're going to go vertical down the short side of the field with, once again, the running back on whatever you want. Cool thing about this is this delayed out route is pretty nasty in its own right. A lot of players aren't ready for it, so you could leave that. But if you want to, you could use a regular out route, a regular in route, a Texas route, or maybe even a curl in the middle of the field in the event that, let's say, the left linebacker is the user and they run with it. But nonetheless, against a cover 3 shell, if we go ahead and snap this ball, notice how this route is going to get into its pattern, and then it's going to run into a crazy void down the outside left, and we've got ourselves a one-play score from a pretty inconspicuous motion. A lot of players are not going to be ready for this. So again, let me show that to you again. We're going to run the outside receiver on the left on a comeback route. We're going to go vertical down the right side. It's very important that we hold that safety with the Bo Jackson on the right in the slot. We snap this football, let the comeback route pull that outside player, and then you're going to be able to bomb it. Even if the outside third kind of reacts, you're going to be able to throw this and split the seam, maybe a little bit of an inside pass lead to avoid a KO. Again, conceptually, if you're looking for some sort of way to mimic this, look for any type of seam route out of a trip set that has an inside break. You guys could utilize this to kind of run it across the formation in motion. Take, for instance, Trey Y flex or trips tight end verticals. In this situation, going to be a little bit tougher just because we don't have an outside receiver, but I'll kind of use a corner route. Maybe we'll use something else here just to kind of get it lined up. In this example, honestly, we could motion to kind of like a 2x2 and use Y as a comeback route, and then maybe just use a fade or a streak to A. This would actually work okay, just to kind of create it on your own. Again, it's all about kind of manipulating the cover 3. We know the safety that's on the right side here is going to be the one that's closing center field because it was auto aligned to the trip side. So now we know that that weak side seam is open, so we're exploiting that with our motion. So again, there's the jam, and you see here how A is basically the up and outside pass lead over the top because that far outside corner bites down. I know that the pass rush got to us in that example, but I hope you guys could see that. Again, you see right here, the key is always going to be the comeback route. It makes him go flat-footed, and then at this point, because we're playing a double seam combo on this safety, he's hedging over towards the right side, and that's going to open up the bomb all the way over the top. Basically, utilize double seams against cover 3. It's used in real life for a reason. It's a very good way to attack this style of defense. Now, of course, if you want to, maybe we use this little like motion route to the outside. This would be a totally fine pull route as well. Again, just kind of working off the jam here, that X route kind of getting in. And then you see right here, look at how we're able to kind of finagle that. It's basically the exact same concept. Double seam, basically 4 verticals from 2x2, attacking the weak seam against a cover 3 to the wide side of the field, kind of the way that you guys should be looking to attack here. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea of how to freestyle against these KO heavy knockout based cover 3. A lot of players don't really use her too well in these defenses because they know that they've got KOs over the top and to the sidelines. This is a great way to attack them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below and a like if you don't mind. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.